stop talking and pay attention towards the present.
شبير
Please maintain silence.
This is what we were talking about. This is as taught to you earlier, this is the mask and this is a embo bag. This is connected to the oxygen reservoir and oxygen is given through this bag. What we do, they have explained to you earlier a CE technique. So you can do a CE technique. When you are alone, you can do a CE technique. First of all, what you can do, you can place the mask on the mouth and the nose of the patient. The broader one thing is below for chin and the shorter one, narrower one thing is from above. So you place it over here like this. And this is what the CE technique they told you. This is a C, this is a E. So you put the E inside the mandible and you put the C over the mask. Okay, so what's this? This is a single hand technique. A single person, you don't have any, up till now you don't have any sort of any help. No assistant is over here, you are just alone for this difficult intubation. So what would you do? You would start it by ventilating the patient. Ventilating the patient with a bag mask, okay? With a mask and a embo bag. Okay, so this is a bag mask ventilation. You put a C, you put a E, extend the head a little bit so that the things get aligned, and then you start ventilating the patient. Okay, so when you oxygenate the patient, and you have pre-oxygenated, or if it's difficult to oxygenate the patient, then what will you do? The second step in this is you will just place a airway in it. This is an airway. If the patient is dropping, if a patient is dropping jaw or something, you can place the airway inside his mouth. So if you place the airway, what will happen? The tongue fall of the patient or any injury occurring to the patient, that will be subsided, and you can just put oxygen directly into the lungs of the patient. Then after the airway, if the airway fails and you are unable to operate, then we have the nasal airway as well. You can put an airway in the nose here. Okay, so what will you do if everything is not working properly for you? You have also called for help, so somebody would have come for help. Then you will try the intubation method. What this is a laryngoscope. This is a laryngoscope. This is a device, an instrument used to intubate a patient. So what will you do? You will just enter the laryngoscope for a difficult airway, and it's a very difficult airway, I know it. It's a grade 4. Hold it. नासर से वो
सलमान से भी 2 मिनट तक सब
नासर से वो नासर की समय इम्तिहान लिखी दाशी है
सर दा बाय
डिफॉल्ट चीज़ करा difficult airway हाँ जब इशले दली ना लगा दे मुकम्मल खराब बातें सीख Okay, first of all you will do the neck extension, okay? So this is the neck extension. Then what you'll do, you will just go from the right side towards the left side, okay? Huh? Now look at the lungs. They are. Now, one important thing you should keep in mind that for any difficult intubation, you must keep your cool. If the patient would be desaturating very fast, but if you must try at least 3 times. An anesthetist must try at least 3 times. And in between these 3 times, he must also oxygenate the patient, or at least try to oxygenate the patient. Now, in placing of the tube, this is basically the bifurcation of the two trachea, the bronchuses. So what people do most of the time, they just insert the tube a little bit further. So that then the patient ventilates by only one lung. That's called a single lung ventilation. So it also the patient saturation doesn't get up with that. So now you have done an intubation. You can secure, you can give air to this, and you can secure your line. And if the patient has come for a surgery, you can operate on the patient. But whenever you want to extubate a patient, this sort of extubation would be done under a very senior consultant, and maybe the patient should be brought to an ICU along with this tube, and then the extubation must be done under supervision of a senior, and not like this, not like some haphazard extubation. So this is the basic thing of difficult intubation. The things you should see, the things you may face while intubating a patient. So the important thing is you have to. It was written in the start of the lecture that the anesthesiologists have the nerves of steel. We have the nerves of steel. Whenever we operate in a difficult situation, that's the time to have your cool. That's the time to have your cool. Otherwise, the surgeons tell us that we have nothing to do with the surgery. But whenever they call us for help, that's the real time. هغه وخت دا سرجنان نه وي دی باندې خولې راغلي کنه دا سره رپیټ دا بسکی او زیړ تختیدلی چې ټیوب می وته واچي او مریض کې سارا شي نو هغه کې مرنګ راشي کنه نا once told me a surgeon چې تاسو مړه څه کوي غوډل د ناسیا سي به څه کنه پیسې لیکار خطول مونږ. And at the same day a patient desaturated, and I came in emergency. I intubated the patient. A CPR was also done. The patient reverted, and till that time he was like this. And when I was going out, I just told him, "Mung da diye da pa rahi hu." So thank you.